pork producers can start the year shoring up their on-farm biosecurity plans. USMCA inches closer to a vote in the U.S. Senate, and Borden Milk Company files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. I'm Janelle Brose, and this is Farm News 5.
Farm News 5 is brought to you by Ford.
Michigan State University Extension, Michigan Pork Producers Association, and the Michigan Department of Agriculture and Rural Development have teamed up to host a series of educational meetings to help pork producers plan and prepare for a potential disease outbreak such as African swine fever. The meetings are scheduled for Tuesday, January 14th in Coldwater and Thursday, January 16th in Mount Pleasant.
We are full aware of the African swine fever outbreaks in other parts of the world, and we're very aware of how that's impacted the people in those countries as well as the world market. Economically, other countries are impacted by either more successful exporting of pork or limited exporting of pork. And so seeing the impact of African swine fever worldwide, we've brought it home. We said, let's prepare Michigan. Let's try to prepare Michigan for if this happens. And how can we then, with good preparation, minimize the impact it will have here and minimize the impact it will have in our country, the entire country. The topics we're covering in our Secure Pork Supply Planning 101 meetings this week and next week, we'll start by just going over generally what is secure pork supply planning. It's a four-word concept. It kind of, you think, oh, I don't know what that is. It really is preparing. It's preparing your farm. It's enhancing your biosecurity or doing better with biosecurity. Working with employees on your farm and training them so that we will prevent diseases from coming in, and in particular African swine fever. If it were to get on the continental U.S., how would we prevent it from moving around? And so everyone has a part in that, not just the owners of the pigs, not just the owner of the farm, but employees, family members, all can learn something about how to protect the pigs on the farm, and we call that biosecurity. We want to reach people that have heard about African swine fever, have heard about that it could be having an impact and want to learn more. We want them to learn more because, again, the more people that know, then the better we can respond.
Other topics include the importance of the farmer-veterinarian relationship during a foreign animal disease outbreak and what MDARD's role is in the event of an outbreak. There is no cost to attend and dinner will be provided. Registration is requested for each meeting and can be done by contacting MSU Extension.
If you want a car from a company that's been building them for 115 years, get a Ford. If you want a car with driver assist technology, get a Ford. You're gonna want a Ford.
Michigan Farm Bureau members who fought in the Korean War or World War II have the chance to win a free trip to Washington, D.C., courtesy of Farm Bureau and Talons Out Honor Flight. The two have teamed up to fly 24 veterans and their guardians to Washington, D.C. on May 9th to visit their respective war memorial. They'll then return home to a welcome celebration. Applications are currently being developed and will be available at County Farm Bureau offices in the near future. The United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, or USMCA, cleared the first of several hurdles this week. The trade pact was voted out of the Senate Finance Committee Tuesday. However, 6 other Senate committees must approve the deal before it hits the Senate floor.
Start the new decade on solid ground. Foster Swift's Ag Law Group offers comprehensive legal services for producers and agribusinesses. Learn more at fosterswift.com.
Borden Milk Company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy this week, citing rising raw milk prices and market challenges facing the dairy industry. The bankruptcy filing makes Borden the second milk processor to file for bankruptcy in as many months. Dean Foods, one of the nation's largest dairy processors, filed for bankruptcy in November. While Dean Foods plans to sell assets, Borden intends to reorganize and stay in business. Sixth-generation Charlotte, Michigan farmer Don Stahl is once again near the top of the National Corn Growers Association annual corn yield contest leaderboard. Stahl ranked third in the national standings of conventional non-irrigated corn with a yield of over 356 bushels per acre. This is not Stahl's first taste of success. In 2019, he nabbed first place in the contest with a yield of more than 477 bushels per acre. For more news and video, visit MichiganFarmNews.com and the Michigan Farm Bureau channel on YouTube. With Farm News 5, I'm Janelle Brose. Have a great week of farming.